Hi everybody, welcome back. I'm Dorothy. I'm your professional astrologer. You can find me on the web at nhastrologer.com. And there on that website, if you were to go to the homepage and go ahead and sign up to be on my newsletter email list, each month I draw 3 people to get a free 20-minute astrology session with me. Now, I also have online classes and a mentorship program for one-on-one studying, so we do that over the internet as well. And I have 4 spaces left. So if you're interested in a private mentorship program for 6 months, let me know. All right, today I want to talk about February. So now that the advertising is over, okay? So with February, we have a few things going on. Of course, we know it as the month of love just because Valentine's is in here. Some of the things that are going on this month that are just general for everybody is the thing I want to focus on first off is on February 13th, between the 13th and the 15th. This is when Mercury is finally back to the position that it was in the zodiac belt on the day that it went retrograde back in January, on January 5th. So think back to January 5th, what was going on for you. That's when Mercury had moved into Aquarius. It stayed in that zodiac sign for just a few days and then retrograded back. Now on February 13th to the 15th, this is when Mercury's finally past that hump, finally over that area where he was retrograde for a long time. So we're going to have some movement. That Mercury in Aquarius is definitely high thinking, it can be high energy, but it can also be somebody where we get something into our head, we're going to really chew on it for a long time. Fixed air is what Aquarius is. Mercury is that thinking mind, so it is a air planet naturally. So when it is connected, when it is in that sign of Aquarius, we're going to be having some interest in any of the things that Aquarius rules. So, of course, astrology is one of them. That'll be on the top of my list, of course. Anything that's technologically, anything in that category, right? So, February 13th to the 15th, Mercury finally gets over that hump of where it was January 5th when it went retrograde. So that means we get to move through some stuff, okay? We get to start really moving into the Aquarian energy and that unique piece of communicating. And February 14th, of course, it's right in the middle of this. So what goes on February 14th? And this is energy that we're all going to play into. On February 14th, the moon's in the sign of Taurus. That's a great place for the moon to be on the 14th of February, because the moon in Taurus is all about, sensual tastes and sensual smells and anything that is just lovely and luscious and beautiful. Now it makes a sextile to, let me look at my notes, to Neptune, right, in the evening of February 13th. So Saturday night, February 13th, most people would probably be going out to dinner and doing their romantic-y things on Saturday night, the day before Valentine's. And this is true. And this is what we get when we have on Saturday night. If you want to go out and have this romantic, date and just have a nice time, it's going to be that. We have all of the things, all of the cards are in place for just a romantic evening, just in and of itself. Kind of put parentheses around it. And that's it. After that, though, we have no other aspects that are cooperating with this romantic piece. So if you're going out on a first date on this night, there's going to be way too much pressure. All right. If you feel like just having a one-time date with somebody, then this is what the energy of the night's about. That's perfect, especially for those of us out there who are single. Go out, have a date, that's cool. But just know there's no Saturn. The Saturn aspects of the day just do not support a long-term relationship. Now, if you're in a stable relationship and you're just going out for fun because that's what you do on Valentine's Day, then this won't affect you quite as much. But it will be a nice date night, especially for married people who have not had an opportunity to get out and play in a long time because of children. All right? So go out, have fun. Just know that Saturday night, if you're going out for Valentine's, even if you're not going out for Valentine's, if you're going out Saturday night, it's just a night to have fun, enjoy good food, good drink, good company, and just know it's a great memory that you're making. And that's what it will be. That will be it. Doesn't have to go any further than that. So it sounds like a great night to have fun and have a party. So I'm going to leave, that's the general piece. So now I'm going to get on to a little more specific things for each of the zodiac signs. So that's next. Okay, hi guys, hi Cancer, this is for you. So I want to start right off the bat with February 5th. Now on February 5th, Venus and Pluto are in a conjunction. So for the few days before that and the few days after that, what we'll be feeling is a fair amount of intense personal emotions. Personal drama can come up when Venus and Pluto are conjunct like this. And, you know, we're going to be looking at relationships in a whole different way. You know, February, typically, you know, we kind of call it the month of love just because Valentine's is in the middle of it. But when we're looking at Venus in Capricorn, she's looking to settle down and she wants some stability. Now, conjunct Pluto, what happens here is that there can be a very big shift and change in what that stability looks like, or what you believe and feel in your own personal life what stability is. So there can be some drama and some intense emotions and feelings going on around February 5th. Now, on the same day, we also have Mars in a quincunx aspect to Uranus. Mars in Scorpio. The Mars in Scorpio energy is very, very important because that, again, wants us to dig in deep and investigate and see what's going on and what we're feeling. Because we all can feel, when Mars is in Scorpio, we all have this little feeling like something's going on under the surface. Doesn't mean it is, but we have a feeling that it is. When it's in this hard aspect on February 5th, this quincunx to Uranus, the energy of that is really, really intense and frustrating. Uranus in Aries in and of itself wants us to create freedom for ourselves and have a sense of independence. And Scorpio wants to investigate what's going on. This is in your solar 5th house and 10th houses. So this tells me is that where we're trying to be passionate and creative, and we're trying to express that in work and at work, it might not, you know, these new ideas and these new things that we're trying to present to the world, to the boss, to whomever, it's not working out well for us right now. So we kind of just need to hit neutral for a little while. And I'm going to back up because I didn't tell you specifically, Cancer, that the Venus-Pluto conjunction is going on in your solar 7th house of partnerships and relationships. And so that means you already have Capricorn in that sector. And that means that relationships are important to you to begin with. It's usually not casual things that you have. The relationships and the partnerships you have are serious to you. And whether you only have a handful, that doesn't matter because they mean everything to you. So this shows us, with Pluto moving through there and at this moment Venus moving through there, early February, there is a shift going on in your partnerships and relationships. All right? And that is specifically for you, Cancer. Now, let me move on. On February 8th, we do have the new moon in the sign of Aquarius. There is a separate video for that. So somewhere where the little icon is over here, the eye icon, click on that, and one of those links in there will be to my lunar videos, so you'll be able to check those out when we get closer to that time period. Because these videos go up in January, and I might not have that new moon forecast up yet. So check back, please. And if you subscribe, then you'll be informed when the videos do come up, okay? Next, that new moon in Aquarius, though, I'm just going to give you the brief write-up on it, or written up talk, is in your solar 8th house. And so the new moon in Aquarius, this is an opportunity for you to set new hopes, new dreams, new goals in regards to finances. That 8th house represents those outside resources and resources that we get to use. So credit cards, mortgages, and it's also finances in regards to like inheritances and things like that. So that's a highlight right now for you guys when that new moon on February 8th hits your solar 8th house. Now moving on to February 10th, because I've already talked about the 13th and the 14th of February, but on February 10th, this is before Valentine's Day, right? Valentine's Day is on a Sunday. But the 10th of February is kind of nice because we have Venus still in that sign of Capricorn making a trine aspect to Jupiter in the sign of Virgo. Now this is again, it's coming from your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. And when Venus and Jupiter are connecting like this, it's an earth trine. They're both in earth signs. And this is all about being grounded and really bringing up and manifesting what it is that you want in your life. All right, and what you want in a relationship. So even though we have a lot of tension and stress on February 5th in regards to relationships and partnerships, this energy on February 10th will help dissipate those energies from the 5th. It doesn't go away, but it helps us to realize what it is that happened, what we may have released and let go of on the 5th, and the new steps that we can take now into creating something that is healthier and more grounding for us in regards to our relationships, okay? All right, on February 22nd is another lunar event, and that's the full moon in the sign of Virgo. Again, that video will be up later as well, but that is in your solar 3rd house. So when we have a full moon in Virgo in the 3rd house for you guys, I mean, that represents that it's focusing in on family, communicating in your local neighborhoods, and we get this microscope, this Virgo microscope, so to speak, and we're able to focus in on the details. And if we're focusing too much, the point is like Virgo wants to assign everything a position. It wants to really get those details down, the minute details down. So take your time, and you're going to be able to clear the deck a little bit of some things that have been bogging you down. Finally, I want to talk about the last day. It's not the last day of the month, even though it's the 28th February. We have an extra day this year in February. But on the 28th, and we'll still feel the effect on the 29th, is the Sun making a conjunction to Neptune. This is in your solar 9th house. I'm just using my board here. This is in your solar 9th house, and so this is where Pisces lives in your life, and that's where it is for you. So when we have Pisces, we have the Neptune there, we have the Sun moving through there. Something about spiritual education is something that should be a focus for you at this point in time, especially if you have Cancer rising. That's a water sign, and so the energy of that just means you'll be more intuitive than others. And with all this Piscean energy going on in your solar 9th house, this is a great opportunity for you to step up and learn something new for yourself in regards to spirituality, metaphysical things, just expanding your awareness into the higher realms of energy. All right? Okay, I'm going to leave you with that, the astrological piece, and I always like to pick, don't always, but today I'm going to pick 3 cards for the Cancer energy, and I did pick those 3 cards, and I gave everything a big shuffle. So here's a little more energy regarding what's going on, but it is not astrological. We have positive movement forward. So for you guys with Cancer rising especially, that positive movement forward means an awful lot. Is that sunrise or sunset? You get to decide. See, let me step a little closer. Sunrise, sunset, moving off, moving on, moving into what is important. So that Venus-Pluto energy in that 7th house kind of reminds me of this, that it's time to move in a forward motion, in a positive step, whatever that looks like to you. Finding balance in that is important too. Archangel Michael here, and all of the 4 elements are represented in this card, so air, earth, fire, and water. So that means we are to engage all of our senses to make choices that are correct for us. And the final card I picked here for you guys is the heart chakra, and you can see that card right there. And the heart chakra, as you can know, you should know, it represents the heart, how we feel, trusting those feelings. So this is a month of heart, a month of love, and even though we have some difficult situations in the beginning of the month, it's going to take a little while to shake that off, but once we do, we're going to be in a better place for whatever we need in our own personal lives and personal relationships. Okay, please come to my website, nhastrologer.com. You can find me there, and I have all kinds of wonderful online classes and private mentorship programs, memberships to my website for more information, and subscribe to this channel, and please share this channel with others and subscribe whenever you can. And thank you. Lots of love. Namaste.